इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन की कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon to each and everyone who has joined us today for this Business Opportunity Over Chai webinar series. Franchise India team welcomes you to 240th edition of this series. Franchise India, a brand, a platform which is helping all international and national clients to expand their business with our pan-India offices. Truly claim that no one sells more business than us because we have helped thousands of investors in getting the right business solutions from us. We welcome management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. The particular webinar is hosted by both of them. During the course of the webinar, we'll try to bring the correct and complete understanding about the brand through presentation, and we'll take all your queries. The brand which we are representing you is Frank Ross, the brand which represents the pharmaceutical sector. If I talk about the brand, at present, Frank Ross has 200 plus pharmacy stores in West Bengal, Bangalore, Bhubaneswar, Chennai. The brand established in 1906 holds a legacy of serving prescriptions since British era. And today it is our privilege to invite and welcome Mr. Gautam Jatia along with Pratik Agarwal, who will be talking about this brand and their journey, that how they became uh, India's one of the leading pharmaceutical company with 200 plus stores. Thank you so much, Pratik and Mr. Gautam, for joining in today.
Thank you, Archana.
Welcome, Gautamji. Welcome, Pratik, for today's webinar. And I would say at Franchise India, we're privileged to have you with us and to work with a credible name and a company like yours. And we're all excited to hear about the journey of the last 100 years and look forward to have maybe a successful transactional business for this financial year.
Thank
And
you
I
so
also
much.
would request, and I will also request friends, as we take you through the entire presentation in the next 15, 20 odd minutes, we'll also request you can start putting your Q&A, which we'll take with Gautamji and Pratikji at the end of the presentation. Over to you, Gautamji.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia ji. So we too at Frank Ross are delighted and also privileged to associate with Franchise India. We have an old association with Gaurav ji. When Franchise India was still not a large organization as it is today, and we have fond memories of our association. So Frank Ross is Eastern India's and Kolkata's oldest and most reputed pharmacy chain. As already told to you all earlier, it was set up in 1906 in pre-British Kolkata. That time, as you know, Kolkata was one of the leading cities of India, and we were the front runner in most of the activities, business activities. So Frank Ross was one of the first pharmacy chains which were a 24/7 operation. It was open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that time, most of the medicines were being imported from London, from Europe, because India didn't have a very strong manufacturing setup. And we had the concept of dispensing of medicines where doctors would write prescriptions and the pharmacist would mix them up and dispense them. And I remember seeing those old pharmacies. They were like, small chemistry labs, and they were very interesting where medicines were dispensed and sold. In 1993, Frank Ross was acquired by the Imami Group. As you all know, Imami Group is Eastern India's one of the foremost business houses. They are into predominantly into FMCG. They are into edible oil. The edible oil business has a turnover of over 15,000 crores. They are into paper manufacturing. They are into the healthcare sector. They have AMRI hospitals, which is one of the leading hospital chains in Eastern India. And also they are into retail, healthcare retail and leisure retail. So Frank Ross is backed by a very strong group, the Imami Group. And today we are a household name in Kolkata. We serve more than 30,000 prescriptions in a day. We have more than 200 stores. We are present in almost all the districts of West Bengal. We have a small presence in Bhubaneswar. We have a small presence in Bangalore. But the territory of West Bengal is very large. And we feel there is a great opportunity to increase our footprint. And we thought franchising was one of the best ways to take the Frank Ross brand ahead. See, let me say in short, what are the advantages you can get with by associating with the Frank Ross brand? Today, healthcare is the most essential industry, and especially after COVID, the awareness of medicines for curing and as well as nutraceuticals for prevention is becoming very important. And now everyone is migrating towards wellness. And Frank Ross also is now a very focused, a whole basket of products which not only cure but also prevent. So Frank Ross has a very strong private label brand called Ross Care, where we have a huge range of products which Pratik will show in his presentation. So whoever associates with us will get the benefit of the work, the development we have done in our private label portfolio. At the same time, Frank Ross, because it's a company which is there since 1906, the brand is extremely strong. In Kolkata, it is very well respected. In West Bengal, it's very well respected. And people who associate with us will get the benefit of the branding. The third is we have a very, very loyal customer base since we've been around for such a long time. We have a huge database of customers. We have a strong marketing setup. And people who associate with us will also get the benefit of our marketing setup, the customer loyalty. Last but not the least, we have very good tie-ups with the corporates, whether it is central government health services, whether it is IIT Kharagpur, whether it is Tata Steel, whether it is Calcutta Electric Supply, whether it is TCS, whether it is Infosys, whether it is Wipro. We are associated with almost all the leading corporates in West Bengal, whether it is ONGC, both in the private sector as well in the public sector. So we get a lot of institutional requirements, lot of these employees through their corporate initiatives shop at Frank Ross, and wherever we open a store, there is a ready business from all these corporates. So all in all, I feel this brand is very strong, and we are now going aggressively towards expansion. And we feel that the pharma sector, which is of the market size is more than 1 lakh crore, and as the awareness towards health and wellness has greatly increased, we feel it's a very compelling proposition for those who want to invest and expand in this area. So this is all I would like to say, and I would now like to request Prateek if you could go through our presentation, and then the Franchise India team is there, which will help in answering any queries and facilitate further business activity. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Mr. Jatia. Thank you, sir. So I'll be taking you guys through the presentation. I'm sure Mr. Jatia has covered most of it in his speech, so I'll take you guys. Please let me start sharing this. So I would like to start by talking about the brand. Like Mr. Gautam Jatia has already spoken about the brand. I would like to reiterate that we are a 100-year-old brand, and it was established in 1906. And we are promoted by Eastern India's largest business house, which is Imami Group. And currently we have 200 plus stores spread across West Bengal, Bangalore, Bhubaneswar, and Chennai. We are serving 15 lakh customers per month and also to 80 plus corporate clients, about which Mr. Jetty has already spoken in detail. So, I would like to talk why should somebody invest in a medicine business? So, something that we have learned from this coronavirus outbreak is that healthcare and pharmacy industry are essential, and no matter what the scenario, be it political, social, or economic, the demand for the same is always there. Moreover, pharmacy business is in particular has seen an increase in demand, and this is also very profitable and very easy to manage. Now, I would like to talk about the franchise model of Frank Ross. So the most important thing is the location. This currently we suggest our franchise owners to start with a minimum of a 300 square feet store carpet area. But if somebody has a larger store, we can accommodate that as well. The setup time, once you finalize on the terms and conditions and you sign the letter of intent, the setup time is approximately 3 months. This includes the store setup, the designing, the layout, and the licensing. And the franchise agreement that we are offering, the duration of this agreement is 9 years, which is the highest in this industry. There are other competitors which are also which are also franchising out, but our duration is the maximum. And the average payback period will range between 1.5 to 2 years. So Mr. Jatti has already spoken. Why should somebody choose Frank Ross over other brands? Reason being, we are 100 years old and we are associated with the largest business house in Eastern India, that is Imami Group, and the target market in West Bengal and Eastern India, you can say, has a really high brand awareness of Imami and Frank Ross. And once they talk about pharmacy, Frank Ross is on top of the list. And we are also providing the franchise owners with our omni-channel business. That is, we are launching our website and our mobile app really soon, like within a couple of months. And a franchise owner, if for the pin code of the franchise owner's outlet will be mapped to the app. So somebody who will be placing an order in that particular location, the orders will automatically hit his store. So we will also help the franchise owners to generate business through our e-pharmacy. And again, we have a wide range of private label products which we will be supplying to our franchise owners, and these are really profitable because of the high margins. Now, talking about the deliverables of Frank Ross, we will be obviously giving you our brand name. We will also help you in marketing and promotion. Once your store is opening, we will also give you some FOC marketing material that you can distribute in your vicinity. We will be providing you with the billing software, the IT infrastructure. So everything is automated in our in our billing system. So when we send the goods or the medicines, pharma and non-pharma, to the franchise owner's outlet, the entire thing will be automatically uploaded in their inventory system. So the franchise owner will not have to manually stock in the goods received. We will also help the franchise owner as well as his team in training. So like there was a question in the Q&A section that you're not from the pharmaceutical or the medicine industry, so will it be possible for you to run this business? So yes, answering to your point, we are setting up a training center. We also have training pharmacies wherein the franchise owner himself or herself, and if they want their employees to come and get trained, we will also support in that. We will be giving you the store layout, and we can obviously help you in execution, but that is the discretion of the franchise owner, whether he wants to use our projects team or he wants to use his or her own contractor. We also have a dedicated license team in our office. That team will be helping and assisting the franchise owners in procuring all the licenses. And of course, we will be giving area exclusivity to our franchise owners. Talking about the deliverables of the franchisee, location is a must. So even though the location is the responsibility of the franchise owner, but the location has to be approved by a Frank Ross. Again, same with manpower recruitment. We will be assisting you in manpower recruitment, but it is your responsibility at the end of the day. But definitely, we will be helping you in recruiting the pharmacist and the other employees, because we have a lot of CVs which come to us and which we can obviously direct towards our franchise owners' outlets. The investment and the operations has to be taken care by the franchise owner. So it's a franchise-owned, franchise-operated model that we're working on. And Frank Ross has certain policies and discount structures which it follows. The franchise owner also has to follow them, because as a customer, if I or you enter a Frank Ross pharmacy, you are entering a Frank Ross brand. You're not going to the franchise owner's outlet. So the discounting structure and all the policies should be uniform in the company-owned stores as well as the franchise-owned stores. Talking about the investment details, I would like to first start with the franchise fees, which is currently 2 lakh rupees, and this is valid for 9 years. Being such a big brand, our franchise fees is the lowest in the market, and our duration is the highest. So this is one more reason why somebody choose Frank Ross over other brands. Licensing costs around 40,000 rupees, which includes 3 licenses. That is the trade license, the drug license, and the food license. And our department will be helping you in procuring all the 3. Now, equipment is approximately 2.2 lakh rupees, and these and the details, we will share the details, the detailed breakup of this, but it includes the AC, the computers, the CCTVs, the collapsible doors, the GSB and everything, and the inverters. So we will share the detailed breakup with you. Again, just this 2.2 is a ballpark figure. You do not have to use the brands that we have mentioned in the detailed breakup. For example, if we are using Mitsubishi air conditioners, you are allowed to use a different company air conditioner, which might be a little cheaper, or you can go for a higher or a more expensive brand also. Furniture and fixture, we have assumed the store size to be 300 square feet carpet area, And as like 1500 per square feet, we have taken a ballpark figure of 4.5 lakh rupees. But again, this is not fixed. In case you can get it done, or you can get the interiors done at a lower cost, you are most welcome. But the layout will be provided by us, and you will have to adhere to the brand guidelines. As I said earlier, once a customer is entering to a franchise owned store or our company owned store, there should not be any difference in the appearance and the look and feel of the store. So I would like to, um, so this is all that I had to say about Frank Ross. I'll now hand over to Ms. Sonia.
Thank you very much for the presentation, and thank you, Gautamji, for being part of this, presentation today. We know Frank Ross very well, and it's being backed by Imami Group, which is a very well recognized and respected group, and also run by a very professional team, which is taking the operations and expanding now. And now the company is ready to go and expand more aggressively. We've been actually trying to reach out to Frank Ross for many years, because we are getting a lot of interest from potential investors who wanted to take the franchise. But the company was at that time more committed to building the systems and processes, and building their structure. And now they are very clearly ready to expand the business to other markets. So we'll start with the first question, which is very logically, what is the overall expansion plan, which is 2021 and maybe next year, 2022? And which are the key markets which you think you want to really focus on?
Gaurav, if I may answer this question. See, the thing is, our initial focus is West Bengal. It's not because West Bengal has a special requirement for medicines. Medicines are required everywhere, but supply chain is most important. And we are today linked up with over 160 large medicine manufacturers who supply to us directly. And we have a very good warehousing operation in West Bengal. Logically, we want to go to those areas where we can service the requirements of the franchisees. So West Bengal would be our first target. What was your second part of the question, Gaurav?
2021
Expansion plan. So what we realized is that we have not covered all the districts of West Bengal. In West Bengal, there is a very good business in the districts. There the competition is less, the discounting is less, and e-pharmacies have yet not penetrated. E-pharmacies are very strong in the metros. So we want to cover all the districts of West Bengal, and we feel that we can open another 200 stores in West Bengal if we go through the franchisee route. So we are looking at minimum 50 stores in the next financial year.
Excellent. So this is a big opportunity, a great opportunity to partner with a very established and group out of West Bengal, and they are a household name as Frank Ross also, and also a very large integrated healthcare practice, from running a super specialty hospital to pharmacy chains. And the rollout is also about 50. So next question, Gautamji, I have is, what kind of a franchisee you would prefer? What profile fits in the most? Ideally, you would like to see unit franchisee, or you like to also look at a multi-unit franchisee. Somebody comes and takes 4 or 5 stores in a particular location. What is an option available with that? And also, if you would have to give me 10 cities which are no-brainer, where we are under-penetrated and we want to go immediately, which would be that? I mean, you can be 10, 5, whatever the first few names come to your mind, so that our investors can really know.
See, Gaurav, for us, the idea to go the franchisee route was not because we wanted to be asset light, or that we needed someone to invest in our business. What we have realized that this pharma business is a very people's oriented business. This is a business which requires day-to-day management. And we feel entrepreneurs can do it much better than professionals, than, people who don't have skin in the game. So I would prefer franchisees who are interested in day-to-day operations, who would look at being actively involved. I would certainly be happy that, let's say if we take this Burdwan district, it's a large district. So if a franchisee comes and says, I want to open 5 stores there, 6 stores there, we are quite fine with it. Or if somebody says that let me take the franchisee operations of Siliguri. Now, Siliguri is a reasonably large city where Frank Cross does not have its presence. It's in North Bengal. So if he says, I want to open 5 stores there, 10 stores there, we are very open to it. So I would look at people who would want to be actively involved in the business.
Absolutely. And Siliguri can be actually by size, it can be even 15 to 20 store opportunity as it goes along. It's a very good
Yes.
and very well spread also. So you can really do multiple cities and which would cater to different target groups. So it's a great opportunity both for an operator franchisee, somebody who doesn't mind working in the business. I personally feel this is the greatest time where people should work in their own business and take control over things. You better build better efficiency, better customer relationship, better retention. Because pharmacy is a subscription business. Once a customer comes to you, and if he's on some kind of a chronic disease, he will continue to come to you. More you build relationship, more you build that thing, you will be able to do that. And also there's a lot of digitalization, direct to home kind of capabilities, which as and when regulator starts building it up and defining it more clearly, that also would be integrated with your retail business, which means that you're sitting at home, you order medicine and your medicine would be reached and fulfilled from the nearest store which is available there. So that is the opportunity available. So please go out in a Q&A box and start asking your questions. And also, if you are a particular city you are keen on, just write that so that our East team, our Calcutta team would start noticing that particular thing. So Gautamji, one more question I would like to now get into the financial performance of the business. And I know you have been, particularly I've known you for the last 15, 16 years. You have a very strong eye on detailing. You know, you have been a very detailing guy and always managed the retail business, which was difficult. And you know how difficult business in 15 years, 16 years back, the retail business was. And over the time, when you have championed and run a business as complex as pharmacy and as complex market as East India, I always say if you do well in East, especially in Calcutta for any retail business, you can easily take it to any part of the country because you will be successful. Because there is a lot of imbalance in the market. The rentals are still very high in Calcutta. Sales is very similar. Multiple SKUs, margins, play, and so on and so forth. So if you want to give somebody so to say, a guide as a franchisee, if I want to get into pharmacy business, what would you say are the parameters to look at where you will not go wrong? If you have to start a franchisee, what kind of rental you should always have, what kind of location you should select, what takes 3 to 4 months, 6 months, how much gestation it takes. Sometimes young entrepreneurs don't have, that they feel that the day they start the business, they can start making profits. They don't understand gestation. So any guidance you would like to give?
See, Gaurav, what I would like to say is retail business is not rocket science. We always say retail is detail and retail is location, location, location. So location is very important. You need to be in a location where there is a lot of footfall, where there are a lot of people. Maybe it can be a good commercial area, it can be a good residential area. And as you said, direct to home is a big business because today in medicines, the customer basically comes with a prescription. And what is required is you need to fulfill the prescription 100% in the shortest possible time. And if we can build this reputation that this pharmacy is always having all the required medicines available, you gradually get more and more footfall. The other thing is which we are emphasizing on and which is the way to the future is wellness. Today, medicines are becoming a commodity, and a commodity always is very price sensitive. So, if I am giving 10% discount, somebody can give 12% discount. E-pharmacies are today giving 20% discount. So, the thing is, in the long run, these discounts are not sustainable. So what is the future? The way forward is wellness. So today, while people come for buying your pharmaceutical products, you have the option to sell them nutraceutical products. You can sell them a bottle of cod liver oil. You can sell them a bottle of Karela jamun juice. You can sell them some multivitamins, which are very high margin, highly profitable items. So I feel that those retailers who have a vision, who can reinvent themselves, who will have modern looking good stores with medicines and wellness, like you see internationally, those chains will do very well. And ultimately, this will become a business of customer loyalty. How well do you use your data? How good is your software? How good you manage your supply chain? You will do very well. I feel this business has a great future. We are going through pain now, but people who enter the line in this juncture who grow with our brand will benefit a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as the portfolio keeps increasing, and you rightly said, the lifestyles, health, sport, these are new categories which are becoming very, very big. So a lot of things, are coming in, especially on a wellness and preventive side, which are very high margin businesses. And people, especially with COVID and a lot of other things in the environments, are becoming more and more used to of this. And availability was a challenge. As the spread of your chain stores start keeping these products, it will become much accessible to do that. So Gautamji, what is your overall, because you are a large FMCG giant also, and I know a lot of things which happen in dairy. What is a private label structure for you? I mean, is there a private label focus?
See, I'll tell you, Gaurav, two things I want to highlight. As you said rightly, gradually the business will become more and more digital. And each of our franchisees will play the role of fulfillment centers. And going forward, we can even look at a concept of having dark stores. What I mean by dark stores, these stores are basically connected to our technology, and we procure and throw the orders to the franchisees. Their job would be only to do fulfillment. So there is a great potential over there. Uh, Private label is a key focus area for us. Now, private label can take three routes. One is a route where we get the product manufactured through third parties, brand it, label it, and then promote it within our stores. We are already doing that route. The other area is where we shall be tying up with local small companies, but boutique companies, and tell them, see here, we have 200 stores. Tomorrow we are planning to have 400 stores. You tie up with us and we will make your product available in this geography. So they will get ready distribution and they would be willing to give us better margins. The third approach is import of certain exclusive products in the healthcare space, in the therapeutic cosmetic space, which we are going to get into. We are already talking with a pharmacy retail chain in Mumbai. They also have 200 stores. So both the companies are combining together. So we will have a strength of about 400 stores, and we are going to launch a lot of exclusive products in the East and the West. So I feel the private label space is a very exciting space.
Absolutely. It's a very exciting and more larger collaborations of building synergies and building stronger clusters, which you're doing in East, somebody is doing West, and then collaborative value can be done. And this collaboration is a future. And I think there would be a stronger possibility of consolidation and consumer aggregation, which would happen. And being a large company and also focused group, you've been very focused. You not rush into expansion without putting their foundation in place. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for entrepreneurs who want to create a business model which brings stability, because a lot of businesses don't bring stability. Pharmacy is one business which is a very long life of business. You might have in other businesses which would not be in so much of a demand at a certain level. Fashion, for example, is great, but life of the fashion is very different because the brands keep changing. But the loyalty of what I call FMCG or pharma business is much higher. And pharmacy is actually going towards FMCG. So pharmacy has an opportunity to change the consumer cycles even better than other businesses. So they have a high margin business, and they are becoming more and more, people are more frequenting more. In some countries, devolved countries like London or New York, if you see, people visit pharmacies as equal as they would visit an FMCG store, because they also bring in a lot of over-the-counter products which are daily needs. So you will see a Boots on a railway stations or tube stations or metro stations where people are frequenting very, very oftenly, not necessarily just to buying the medicines, but they would also buy a lot of other FMCG products. So now I like, yes, sir.
See, Gaurav, here I would like to add something. See, what is happening is in India, when people think of pharmacy, they only think of medicines. But if you look at the international scenario, pharmacy is also the space where people go for therapeutic cosmetics. Like, for example, if you are diabetic and you suffer from dry skin, so you can go to a Walmart or you can go to a Big Bazaar or a Spencer's and buy Nivea, which gives you relief, a moisturizer. But internationally, what happens? People go to the pharmacy where they will get a cosmetic which is therapeutic in nature, which is more expensive but more effective, and there will be a company promoter who will explain to you why exactly why you should use this product. I feel this is the route gradually which we will take to differentiate our offering from the mom and pop stores. And I feel there is a great future here. And this adds value, this increases your profitability.
Absolutely. It is a very important aspect, and this shift we are already seeing. This shift is happening, and good part with Frank Ross in West Bengal, particularly I'm talking about there, you don't have any organized competition, so to say. If you see in other markets, if you see North and you see Delhi and Bombay and other places, there are about 7-8 players competing head on with the entire thing. So you are in West Bengal, you have a certain positioning which Frank Ross enjoys. It's a huge legacy backed by a largest group and also the most organized chain in the market. So you get a leadership advantage because when you open up around other mom and pop pharmacies and you put up a Frank Ross store there, you will shift the customer very, very fast because there is a trust which already exists for the brand, unlike a lot of other names in the market. So Sonia, over to you for your questions on the location and business model.
Thank you so much, Gautamji. I'll also try and pick up some questions from the audience. And maybe the first question which I wanted to pick up, this is something which comes to us every time, we present an opportunity in this sector, is on the licenses which are required. But I know Prateek did mention that in the presentation. Now, along with that, do you need any special experience from a partner, so to say? And if anything on that can be elaborated, for example, do we need a pharmacist at the store? So if you can elaborate on that.
So I'll tell you, besides the regular licenses which you require, like a trade license, you need a drug license. We know the procedure how to obtain a drug license. In India, there is no special restriction in opening pharmacies. Like if you were to take say, city of London, the government has restrictions. In one area, you can't have more than so many pharmacies, and if the requirement has been fulfilled, you can only open if somebody desires, somebody surrenders his existing license. In India, we don't have a rule. So you need a drug license. You need a license to sell baby food. So you need a food license. So all those our team knows. The compliance will happen. That's not a big deal. For every 8 hours of operation, you need a pharmacist. So if the franchisee is himself a pharmacist, that's a big advantage. But otherwise, you can hire a pharmacist and, you can do. I don't think operationally or logistically there's any issue because we've been doing this business for the last 100 years. So we know the exact, formalities to go about.
Right. Helpful. And typically, what is the average salary bracket for a pharmacist which is offered?
In West Bengal, ranges from 12,000 to 15,000 a month.
Okay. And will there be any assistance also to the franchising helping them procure one?
Yeah, we will give them full assistance right from recruitment, training, approving of location, interiors, software, merchandise. I think the franchisee should be willing to invest the desired amount and willing to invest in time, which is the most important thing. Absolutely. Because you see the investment required is not much. But if the franchisee is not willing to be personally involved, I feel then this is not the right business for them, because, as you said, Gaurav said, it's a subscription business. And how well you deal with your customers, how well you manage your business, that is the edge. The products are the same everywhere. It's how you manage your supply chain, how you deal with your customers, that is most important.
Right, absolutely. The question, Gautam ji, which I wanted to pick up was on the training, and I see some of our viewers also asking on the training. Typically, how long does it take to cover all the important aspects of training, and where is it held? Is he also given some training at the existing stores?
Yeah, we will provide full training. 2 to 3 months is more than enough. So we have a plan that the prospective employees can work in our pharmacies. They will get hands-on training. We'll give them soft skill training, product knowledge, process knowledge, software knowledge. So that those won't be an issue.
Okay, and this is typically anything between 2 to 3 months training before the launch, and also.
Yeah, see, if it's an existing store, we don't need so much of lead time, because we have the concept of mentoring. But when it's a new store where all the employees are new, then maybe 2 to 3 months would be fine.
Sure, helpful. I think the other question which I was wanting to pick up also is on the overall margins in the business. And here you've talked about three categories of product. You've talked about food, medicines, and also I had made a note. So there are three categories: FMCG, medicine, and private label that we're doing at the outlet. Typically, on what margins would these three categories operate for the interest of our audience? Blended margins also.
Sonia, it all depends on the product mix. But we have seen in Frank Ross stores which typically sell 8 to 10% of private label products. We can look at a weighted average margin of about 30-31% on the MRP. Typically, our discounts are ranging from 10 to 20%, depending on the ticket size. So it's a good business. It's a profitable business if you can keep your costs low.
Absolutely. And typical, if we talk about maybe an outlet throughput, for a 300 square feet, and based on your experience of running these 200 stores, and if an average throughput of an outlet can be understood.
So we feel that a typical 300 to 400 square feet store should do, after 6 months, business about 40 to 50,000 a day. And so on a minimum expectation would be about 30,000 a day. And on a higher side, it can go as high as about 1 lakh a day.
1 lakh a day. Yeah, cool. And typically, when we give, I saw in the presentation, I saw a question also coming on that, was on the area. It mentioned there's an exclusive territory which is given to the partner. So is that a radius that we're talking about? And if yes, what kind of kilometer radius are we offering?
See, we would do more if the partner is looking at having more than one outlet. We would then maybe give him the whole city. Like if someone says, I want to take the franchising operations for Durgapur, which can hold 4 to 5 stores, we would typically like to give him the full area.
All right. Okay. And if it is unit franchisee, so is there also demarcation of?
Yeah, we would definitely not like to open a store within 2 to 3 kilometers of the unit franchisee.
Okay. And I was also seeing, the partner also has an omni-channel access. So how does that work? So the entire fulfillment of these orders which come online is done through a franchise store. And typically, how much volume?
We will be launching our omni-channel in April. We already have, like nowadays we say we have an e-commerce and a T-commerce. E-commerce is through all the digital channels, and T-commerce is through the telephone. And a huge chunk of our business comes through, call center. So once we identify a franchisee who's very serious and committed, we can, earmark a certain territory for him. All customers ordering from those pin codes will be mapped to those stores, and then all the business will come to that particular franchisee. So it will be a sort of a geo mapping,
Right.
So any customer within that radius of 2 kilometers will be mapped to that store.
Gautamji, three questions which I am seeing coming in. I'll also pick up. We have Mr. Sunil Agarwal, and he says all the products are supplied directly from the company or procured directly centrally, or the purchases from the local partners or distributors that you would make a reference.